Okay, this is the restore section that we're going to do. So before we do any kind of restoring here, this is a card that I got from the junkyard. So the famous question is, comes out of 2015. Can you scrap? If you choose to role play where you can just get a junkyard car and scrap the car, knock yourself out. Scrap away. Scrap your little heart out until there's nothing left. But as you know, in the 2015 game, there's no way to move that car unless you have tires, the engine in there, and the engine has to have oil. So, can we scrap the body shell? Call that flatbed in and drag that thing out. So yes, you can scrap the car, including the body shell, with nothing, if that's what you choose to do because you roleplay like that. Like I said before, there's nothing, I mean, this is a dynamic game, it's open, it's free play. If that's what you want to do, then that's on you. If you want to, you're not going to get a whole lot of money for that. I mean, you pretty much threw it out the window, but, you know, that's not for me to judge. If you want to scrap cars, knock yourself out. So what we're going to do is we're going to restore this one. I got it from the junkyard. So basically what I do is I'll strip all this stuff here. Anything that's on the body shell will come off. Then I'll go ahead and pull out the interior. Because who wants to be in nasty seats anyways? And this is a what? TVX. So we'll go here, pull apart TVX. Get our new steering wheel, bucket seats, bench in the back. Don't need that one either. That's it. Has to go. Has to go. Okay. Then we'll take this thing. I'll go ahead and move this to the hoist. And this is where I'm going to end up doing all my work. So first things first we're going to do is that things got to come off. Then we got to weld things. Then we got to clean things. Okay, give me 1 second. So when I go to roleplay, I make sure that I pretty much take everything off of the car before I do any kind of other kind of work to it. So we'll go ahead and we'll yank this motor out. I also will take out the stuff that's in here. Now, just so that I can be clear about this. When a customer's battery has to be replaced, unless the work order tells me, I buy him a new one. But for me, for the cost of it, I put the battery charger on myself. And I let it charge my battery for me. So we'll get in here. What we're going to do is we're going to clean the interior, because as you can see it looks a little bit rough. Magic, ain't it? And when you on a system that is probably as good as yours, probably a heck of a lot better. Now we'll go ahead and just do this weld process. And there we go. So now we're going to get ourselves ready here to put in all the new parts. I'm checking because once in a while you get a map in here. So let's get started. So now we're going to go ahead and put some of our parts together. First thing we're going to try to do is compress this. While that's going on, I think I'll get this started. Put on the mag wheels. Give me that tire. When they're not balanced, you'll see this. This will let you know that the tire still needs to be balanced. Because when it's balanced, it won't be there anymore. This car uses loading it. Alright, I'll get back to you. Now, this is what I was talking about by the control arms. When you select it, you require the rubber bushings that you're going to need to place these in here. So there are a total of 1, 2, and then your 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's a total of 12 bushings for a vehicle like this. So I wanted to be able to point that out, that you will need these bushings. In order to assemble these arms. That goes for the lower. And it goes for the upper. As well as, remember what I said, this goes in as one whole piece. That's what I was compressing over there to put this together. And I wanted to point that out real quick. Okay, so we're pretty much ready to go. Got my charged battery in there and everything. I'm trying to drop this car on the ground and roll her into this paint shop. Oh, the door hit me. Oh! Where's the first aid kit? There it is. No, I'm fine. There's nothing wrong with me. Alright. Spray booth. So, we're in here now. So we'll go ahead and put on our bodies. That's obviously paintable because it's black. That looks like that'll be chrome. Yep, that's chrome. So I believe that's it. Chrome don't get painted in this shop. Okay, that's about as role plays are going to get. Now we're going to paint this thing. Run this thing metallic, matte, pearl, chameleon, whatever it is that you want to be able to run. Increase the brightness, give me some hues. Make an adjustment. I'm thinking that. See what kind of libraries we can add. I'm not doing a race car with it. Not going to be dark enough for the white stripes. That might work. That'll do. It's not like I own the car. There we go. Put in the glass. Gotta have them. Headlights, gotta have them. I got those at the hot body shop. For some reason, in here, they have a front bumper here, and that's it. There is no rear bumper. Or I'm kind of surprised with that. I expected to find at least a bumper set. I mean, there's no way I'm going to put on one style bumper, because this is going to be chrome, because the others were painted. So I'm going to have a painted bumper in the rear and a chrome one in the front. Nah, I'm not doing that. Okay, we need plates on this car, because it does show up in the list of needing plates. But I don't own the car. I have every intention on selling the car, so I'll mark it my way. Oops. There we go. I want 2 of these. Red Department of Transportation. There we go. And that will symbolize to me this car is for sale, because it's not like I can assign plates to a car, especially the cars that are not going to be mine. I ain't doing that. Okay, she's ready to go out. And then now it's time to get started on that engine. And what I'm going to do is I'm not building the engine here. I'm building the engine right there on that block, that stand. And I know people sit up there and they'll be like going, well, yeah, you were talking about that. What crazy idea do you got that makes that work? It is simple. Oops, bloke. Okay, there we go. This is going to be an HOV. You're right. You cannot put this engine on this stand. And I explained to you why. Because you need to assign the engine to the vehicle. See, when you look in this list, this already tells you the kind of motor that's going to be for this. And this is the group components that are going to be in it. This stand is like a multi-purpose engine compartment simulator. So it only will allow a certain engine to go on as long as the motor is assigned. So we have to assign the motor. So we're assigning the motor to this car. There. Now the motor is assigned to the car. Now we will get the engine hoist. So that the engine hoist can assign this motor. So the engine hoist, here we go. So the engine hoist can assign this motor so the stand can know this is the engine for this group. And voila, we can build the empty block on the stand like everybody wanted to. Not have to worry about it. Isn't that cool? So I'm going to go ahead and get started on this to start getting things together.